So we are on our way to Brock's Performance in Dayton, Ohio. We have Mustang Dame's Ninja H2 and Uncle Ben's Ninja H2. And you're finally going to see Uncle Ben's H2, which used to be mine, and Mustang Dame's on the Dyno for a Dyno shootout. So stay tuned for that. The big Brock sign, we're pulling up. We made it out here from filthy Cleveland, Ohio to Brock's Performance headquarters in Dayton, Ohio today for a dyno shootout and some tuning with Uncle Ben's Ninja H2 and the Sleeping Beauty Mustang Dame back there, his H2 as well. So we're going to see what these bikes do on the dyno. There's the big guy. Hey, man. Nice to finally meet you, sir. Good. What you doing, man? Good? Brian, how are you, man?
Ben will be here in a minute. You guys are ahead of schedule.
Yeah, man. It didn't take us that long to
Not
get
the way this
I know. I know, especially with me. I'm always late. So before we start our day, our fun-filled day of, I'm sorry, please continue, of testing and dyno fun, we're going to have a little breakfast here with my good buddy, Brock Davidson. Brian, his good buddy, and Uncle Ben and Mustang Dame here at the local Bob Evans in Dayton, Ohio. So what a privilege it is to have breakfast with Brock Davidson and Brian and two of the Cleveland Fast Boys. So stay tuned. Yes, we can read the sign. And thank goodness we have permission from the big dog to enter this area. Ah, the smell of MR12 race fuel. It's intoxicating. Yes, indeed it is. Mustang Dame and Uncle Ben, do you guys feel like you're like in kids in Toyland here?
Man, this is probably one of the best feelings in the world, being around somebody as knowledgeable as Brock.
Are you guys excited to see what he's going to do to your Ninja H2s? Nobody will know but us and my 2 subscribers. So this is a beautiful ZX14 here at Brock's Performance. Alcantara seat with stitching on it. Very unique paint job. Custom parts throughout this motorcycle. Ceramic rotors. Look at the stopping power of that. Brembo M50 calipers. I mean, this braking system will bring this big bike to a halt relatively quickly. CT Megaphone 17-inch titanium exhaust. BST carbon fiber wheels. I mean, come on. This thing is beautiful. And the paint on this bike is really nice. This is the type of ZX14 that I would ride, without a doubt.
I call this the Brock wall.
Okay.
And I'm really I love Dayton, Ohio. It's a machining town. We used to be able to boast that there were 600 tool shops within a 30-mile radius of Dayton, Ohio. Now there's about 300. There aren't as many, but still we have some of the best tool shops, as far as I'm concerned, in the world. You'll notice there aren't a lot of machines here at Brock's.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
We don't need them. We have computers. So, you know, you look at a part like this window link. I woke up one morning. You know, we've always had our 3-position links.
Right.
I woke up one morning. I wanted an adjustable link, but the problem with the adjustable links were they would pull apart because you never really knew how much engagement you had. So I woke up one morning and went, put a window in there. Just a simple thing, right? Just put an inspection window in there. So Dayton, Ohio I make a drawing, and we have these are 5-axis machined product. Well, we also put them through, draw them up in SolidWorks. At the time we put them through a stress analysis program, so we could actually simulate them, find out where the weak spots were. They got red, they got hot, so we could beef them up, change the radiuses, and end up with a part that was effectively tested before we put them on the road and tested them. But we get this manufactured in Dayton, anodized here in Dayton, laser etched here in Dayton, and we have tool shops fight over who can make the best part for the least amount of money.
Nice.
It's just a great place. It's a great place to be if you're in our kind of business.
Thank you very much, Brock, for that tour. Your facility is very impressive.
No problem.
And I'm very pleased with you. Are you guys impressed?
I'm very impressed.
Because I certainly am.
It's meticulous and neat.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous.
And I had to train myself. If I need something for the dyno, well, seems like I just come out and get it, right?
Yeah, just go out on the shelf and grab it. Yep.
I mess up our inventory, I'm in trouble. So I have to place an order for our part. Our guys run it through the system, and I come and my warehouse guys hand it to me. Brock, don't foul up our inventory.
Awesome. Awesome. So we have Mustang Dame rolling his Ninja H2 into Brock Performance's dyno room there, where we're about to gauge in a good old-fashioned Midwest smackdown on the dyno to see exactly how much power does Mustang Dame's bike produce. You guys want to wager a guess? 5 horsepower? 20 horsepower? 1,000 horsepower? Well, we're certainly going to find out in just a moment. We're good. We're about to see Mustang Dame's bike on the dyno.
absolutely beautiful conditions. 9% humidity. It's Disneyland.
Right.
But, I mean, cool, incredibly cool air, and almost no humidity.
Wow.
These are probably some of the best conditions that we're going to get to Dyno in.
Wow.
And I mean, that's just fantastic. I mean, even on the SAE scale,
Yeah.
you're at 269, which
Wow.
is just fantastic.
Wow.
Jeez.
How does the power curve look to you, Brock?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's right where it needs to be.
So we just finished a dyno run on Mustang Dame's bike. It produced 276 horsepower on Brock's dyno. And now Uncle Ben is going to bring his Ninja H2 in and put it on Brock's dyno. And we're going to see what type of horsepower this bike produces. On the same dyno, back to back, Mustang Dame's bike was just dynoed about 5 minutes ago. Just the amount of time for us to remove it from the harness, unstrap it, and bring this bike in. So Brock is putting Ben's bike on the dyno. He's going to see if there's a way that we can get it tuned for Ben while we're out here today, to help Ben get the maximum power and rideability out of his motorcycle.
It's an eddy current brake, so when I say eddy current, there's no disc. It's all using electricity as a
Magnetic.
magnetic to slow it down. And there's nothing wears out. Works for years and years and years.
Nice. This is one of the nicest dyno rooms I've seen, period. And it's a big investment you made in your facility and your equipment, Brock, and it definitely pays off.
Sure does. All right, we'll go make some runs now. Look up there, we've got a great big fan
Wow.
blowing out. So we fill this room, completely fill the room and evacuate it about 8 to 10 times per minute.
Nice. What type of fan is that one again over there, Brock?
What's that?
What type of fan was that one? I didn't catch
That's
it.
a 12,000 CFM squirrel cage fan.
Gotcha.
Squirrel cage, I can tell you.
Did electronics.
So they're putting Uncle Ben's bike back together here in the dyno room at Brock's Performance. Mustang Dame's bike produced 276 horsepower on this dyno, and Ben's bike produced 264, but we realized that there's an issue with Ben's bike that we have to get addressed. Well, we're going to take it to the dealership first thing Monday and have our trusted mechanic Michael from Kennedy Sports Cycle investigate that and see what's going on. So stay tuned, because we will be back once we get that issue resolved for another dyno shootout. Maybe not here at Brock's Performance, but someplace close to us. And we'll see what Mustang Dame and Uncle Ben's bike do on the dyno once we get this issue corrected. So stay tuned. That's nice looking. Looks much nicer in person.
What did it attach to the? What this attached to the back of that? Okay.
That looks good, Ben.
Yeah, it does.
The pictures don't do it justice, man. They really don't.
I mean, we did the best we could to get what everybody wanted.
As quickly as they wanted.
Well, and I was telling Damon too, you know, everybody wanted that look, so normally we'd put our logo plate right there. Mm-hmm. But everybody wanted that H2 look, so we laser engraved it up here. It's pretty subtle, but if you want to know what it is, you'll see it when you walk up to the bike.
It looks great. Looks great, Ben. Thank you for showing us that.
No problem.
Much appreciated.
And you can take the baffle out.
Yes, which I would. Yeah, I would definitely do that.
It's loud.
Yeah.
You see, you can take the baffle out too.
Don't run.
You thought your exhaust was loud. Take the baffle out of that thing.
You like that, Uncle Ben?
I do. Wow.
Would you consider it for your Ninja H2?
I would consider that.
Mm-hmm. So, Brock, we had an education today on dyno and the importance of getting a custom tune and making sure that the bike is running properly, performing properly, and just optimized. We really appreciate the education you gave us. Anything you want to say about?
Well, yeah, and one of the things we like to emphasize here, Eve, is that you know what we did to these bikes. As long as your engine remains stock and you follow our guidelines, what we did for these bikes, it doesn't matter where you live. You put our ECU in, you put our pipe on, you put the power commander with our mapping, and anyone can have exactly what we have here.
Wow.
That kind of drivability, that kind of performance, that kind of smoothness. So you don't have to come here. That's a package that we provide everyone.
That's awesome. And that's exactly what I'm seeking out of my 2016 H2. I want it to be fast, but more importantly than that, I want it to be smooth. I want the throttle to be rideable, as you said. You know, when I corner on the bike, I don't want any twitchiness out of it. But when I put the smack down, I also want and expect the bike to perform and deliver. And that's why I'm here at Brock's Performance, and that's what Brock is going to do for me coming up real soon. When I get my H2, one of the first things I'm going to do is bring it here so that he can have his way with it and make it stupid fast but rideable, all in the same tune. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button and share the video. And if you haven't already done so, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on the 650E icon at the very bottom. As always, thanks for viewing, and we'll catch you next time.